Hi everyone, my name is Isabella Chu and I'm running for Redwood City Council District 3. So Innovate Schools asks three really important questions. How can we advance equity for kids in our district and in our city? What's my vision for our city? And how will I commit to our most vulnerable residents? So a little bit about me. I've lived in Redwood City for over 20 years. I'm the chair of the Neighborhood Association in Friendly Acres, and I have three endorsements I wanted to share with you. Peninsula Young Democrats, Peninsula for Everyone, and the San Mateo County API Caucus. I have others as well, but I thought these were the three most relevant for this presentation. So the way I really think about policy in Redwood City is through the lens of public health, which is what I do in my day job. So I wanted to share this slide with you. It's a kernel plot of the probability of surviving till 70 contingent on the county in which you were born. And so what you see, and this is for every county in the United States, what you see is there's a huge dispersion, so that if you're a Black male born in one of the poorest counties in the US, you have less than a 40% chance of making it till 70. Whereas if you're born in one of the richest counties in a place like San Mateo or Santa Clara, that about doubles to about 78.78. And we see the same pattern with every population we look at. And so a guy named Raj Chetty, he's an economist at Harvard, wanted to understand, why do we see these huge impacts of place on health and on life expectancy? So what he found was that place really matters, and there's some interesting patterns. So above 70,000 a year for men, it doesn't really matter where you live. You just have to make more. Although I would point out that that's much more likely to happen in a place like Silicon Valley than maybe some of the towns in the middle of the state. But below that income, the lines start to spread out, so that at the lowest end of the income spectrum, we see up to a 5-year difference in life expectancy. And to give you a sense of the magnitude of this effect, if you were to eliminate cancer in this population, you'd only see a 3-year difference. So this is a huge effect. We see the same pattern with women, although the slope is a little less steep. And so then he looked at, okay, what happens when a child moves from a low opportunity area to a high opportunity area? What happens to their outcomes? And what we see is that it's one of the most powerful population health and anti-poverty measures that we have. So that for every year of childhood in a high opportunity area, there's a monotonic increase in income at age 26, in the probability of finishing college, in the probability of stable family formation. So basically everything good we know how to measure increases steadily for every year of childhood a kid gets to have in a high opportunity area, which is why I feel so strongly about building housing in Silicon Valley and places like it, and particularly in wealthy neighborhoods. So how do we do that? And this is a program being piloted in Vancouver called Making Home. What we see on the left is an ordinary single family home like the one I live in. And on the right is a building that accommodates up to 5 families. And it looks just like a really nice house. And the important thing is it increases ownership opportunity, it reduces rents, it increases property tax revenue without diminishing the value of the house on the left. And for our schools, this increase in revenue while decreasing the cost of housing for individuals is particularly important. And I really want to change how people think about housing. It's not something we should be obligated to do. It's what makes cities interesting and beautiful and walkable and memorable, because housing is where people live. So going back to this question, how can we advance equity for children in our district, in our city? We can build bountiful housing in all neighborhoods. This will increase the property tax revenue to schools. It'll expand rental. We need to expand rental and particularly utility assistance, especially for families who can't afford good Wi-Fi. We need safe routes to school so the parents don't necessarily have to drive their children to school. And my vision for our city is really an equitable, flourishing city where children can safely walk and bike to school, and each child has a safe place to live with access to good education and all the opportunities that Silicon Valley has. So finally, my name is Isabella Chu. I'm running for Redwood City Council District 3. Here's my contact information and the bibliography for this presentation. I'm happy to share these slides. Thank you very much.